Hey everyone, welcome back to another PNSO review. Today we're taking a look at Cayden, the Zuul. It's hard to believe that we're reviewing a PNSO herbivore. It's been a long time since they did one. I think they did like 14 or 15 theropods in a row, but yay, Zuul is here and I'm quite happy with it. I ended up picking this figure off of AliExpress. It retails for about $31. I'll leave the link down below if you want to order this figure for yourself. So let's go over the package really quick before we take a look at Zuul. We got Zuul on the front of the box right here. It's part of the PNSO Prehistoric Animal Models line. It is number 78 in the lineup. And on the top of the box, we have a nice view of all of Zuul and its beautiful looking armor. And then inside the box, we do get a pamphlet with some pictures of Zuul. Actually, you know, sometimes these pop culture names do bother me on dinosaurs, but I actually like the name of Zuul, the destroyer of shins, on this dinosaur. And then, of course, inside the box, we do get a poster, which is just promotional art. A promotional photo of the figure. It's folded up nice and gently because I do tend to crumple these up on the channel. So enough about the packaging. Let's throw the Zuul up on the turntable and take a closer look. And here is Zuul, and you know what? It's nice to see PNSO actually remembering herbivores do exist. It's a very well done figure. So well done, my camera does not like focusing in on it too much, especially around the head. But yeah, nicely done figure. The armor plating and osteoderms are all beautifully detailed. We actually know a lot of what this animal looked like. It is from a very beautifully preserved specimen. And yeah, really digging how it looks. It looks a little bit better than Safari's take. Safari came out one earlier in the year, but the armor on this one looks to be matched much more closely to the actual specimen. It's, you know, it's kind of this greenish gray coloration. You have these nice orange spikes protruding all over the figure. I think it gives it a nice contrast and look, and it's sculpted with its mouth open, and I think it's pretty neat to see on armored dinosaur figures. But yeah, all around quite happy with how this figure looks. It looks like a nice stout, you know, well protected animal with that very dangerous club hanging off the back. Yeah, really liking this little guy. And for measurements, this figure is 7 inches long from the tip of the snout to the tip of the club tail, or 17.8 centimeters, and only about 1.25 inches tall, or just over 3 centimeters. So Zuul in real life was around 20 feet long, or 6 meters. So that put this figure in the 135 scale range. And now let's zoom in and take a look at some of the finer details on this figure, starting with the head. Has a very adorable looking head. I mean, seriously, just look at that face. It's so cute, ready just to shatter your shins off your body. But yeah, very well detailed. It has this nice wash over that looks like there's all dirt caked up on between all those osteoderms. The eye is painted black, just completely black, very reminiscent of Collecte. My camera does not like when I zoom in close on this figure. You can see the nostrils sculpted in here. Got all those nice orange spikes poking out through all that greenish gray coloration. Very cool looking. Actually just love the detail on this figure. And then the underside, we have a nice cream coat with some nice dark browns for the underside of the throat. The underside of the throat is very beautifully detailed. Just look at all that nice scale detail. Then we have the PNSO logo on the bottom and the cutest, tiniest little butthole on Zuul here. And then flipping over to the back, the osteoderms in the armor is very well done. This looks pretty much like the specimen itself. That's still I think it's still being uncovered. I think I'm not sure if there was a paper published on it recently, but this looks pretty much identical to that. And you know, Zuul, that club tail, there's some armor damage to the armor from species combat, which is pretty cool. And then we have more of those spikes all the way down the body, and then going down to the tail, got all nice spikes lining that tail, and we have the club on the end. Now, my only issue with this figure is the club. The actual club of the Zuul specimen is asymmetrical, and Safari actually ended up doing that, and PNSO didn't. That would have been really cool, excuse me, to see that on this figure. But yeah, all around, really nice figure. The front legs are all nicely done. We have some nice, you know, armor coming off the legs, and they're all done in that dark gray coloration. So yeah, very well done figure. Quite like it. Just I hope PNSO continues to make a lot more herbivores, because they've been sorely missed. And for comparisons, here it is. What Collecte's 140 scale human. And next up, here it is, what Safari's take on Zuul. So yeah, two very different looking figures. This one came out earlier in the year, and this is based off how Zuul showed up on Dino Dana, and it's based off the artwork of Zuul when the animal was first described. But yeah, the PNSO one is much more accurate. The only thing I really like on the Safari one, I like how they gave the club that asymmetrical look. I just wish PNSO also did the same thing, but you know, both figures are good. You know, this really looks nice, like all that Zuul artwork, like we said when it first got described. But yeah, I definitely PNSO one is the pick as, you know, my primary Zuul figure. And Zuul is from the Judith River formation, so let's pull up some Judith River dinosaurs. Here it is with PNSO's Gorgosaurus, which it actually looks quite nice with, and here it is with their Daspletosaurus. So yeah, you know, Zuul had to have all this armor. You know, it coexists in an environment with two apex predators. And what else do we have for Judith River dinosaurs? Here it is with Holland Goods Edmontonia. And because I still have it on the table, here it is with the recently reviewed Ankylosaurus. Let's do a few armored dinosaurs. Here it is with PNSO's Borrella pelta, another very, very well-preserved armored dinosaur. And let's move this one off to the side. Here it is with Vitae's Ginu pelta, which is an absolutely fantastic looking figure. And here it is with PNSO's Panachosaurus. And here it is with Sadie, PNSO's take on Ankylosaurus, which I still think is like the gold standard of their prehistoric animal model line. Now, you know, one thing I just want to point out, you know, Zuul is $31. When Sadie came out, and it's pretty much like 2.5 times the size of Zuul, was, I think, like 17 bucks. I just think the paint apps all around on this $17 figure is better than the $31 figure. And I just feel like, you know, sometimes PNSO is just a little bit overpriced. And just one more comparison I want to pull up before we wrap this up. Here is Holland Goods, it was a Teen Dinosaurus, and this one is, you know, half the price. Let's get the camera to focus in on all that so we can see that is half the price of Zuul, you know, about, you know, $15, $17, and I think the paint job is much, much better. So yeah, just that's pretty much my only complaint with Zuul. I just don't feel like it's worth the 31 bucks. So final thoughts on PNSO Zuul, you know, of the two versions that we have out there, Safaris and theirs. PNSO's is definitely the better option. The armor plating arrangement is much more accurate to the actual specimen than Safaris. I just wish they did this asymmetrical tail on it like the actual specimen. It's painted really nice. I like that nice wash over it to bring out all the details of the armor. My really only big critique is the price of it. I just don't feel like it's worth 31 bucks. You know, I just pulled out a few other armored dinosaurs from other, you know, from PNSO and other companies that cost half the price that actually look better. So yeah, sometimes, you know, PNSO figures just don't feel worth it for the price. Still like the figure, but the price is just leaving a sore taste in my mouth. But hey, it looks absolutely great posed with their Gorgosaurus. So yeah, do recommend the figure. It is an important dinosaur species, and it's 1/35 scale, so a lot of people are going to add it to their collection. So like I said at the beginning of the review, got it off AliExpress. Link is down below in the description. So that will do it for the review. I got some more Holland good stuff coming in. And I got to start working on my top 10, you know, Jurassic World figures and top 10, you know, accurate dinosaur figure videos for the end of the year. And so stay tuned for all that. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on the channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and it's greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.